Hey, I'm Wes Combs. Thanks for sticking with me. If you're here, we're on question number 5, which means this is almost halfway through these questions. There's 10 of them. And question number 5 is, with the exponential growth of online shopping, retail, recruitment / retention is a challenge for all cities. National retailers are closing brick and mortar locations at an alarming rate. Therefore, the future of retail is uncertain. Shopping centers are owned / developed by private entities, not cities. How aggressive should Kingsport be in providing tax breaks and incentives to the retail sector? This is complicated. The ROI has to make sense if we're going to do it, right? So what are we getting back, and how are we showing the value that's coming back to the taxpayers that are giving these tax breaks? Because somebody's footing the bill somewhere. So I think that's very important. That means that if we're going to do this, it has to be promoting new companies and new growth to the region, not moving something from Kingsport, not moving something from Bristol, not moving something from across town. None of those, right? We can't be doing that because that's not new growth. That's literally just trying to give somebody looking for a better deal moving across town, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I mean, I'm always, if I'm wrong, let me know. So that, that's the, providing that incentive has to go through that economic and financial calculation. So the other area, I think how aggressive should we be in doing the tax breaks? I think it's a case by case basis. The area, and I'm going to go back to the small business thing. I think if we're going to get really into kind of helping right now, I think we need to be growing our small business base. Online and retail shopping they're not going away. It's too convenient. It's too easy. People like it too much. Even though people will want to fight it at some point. People have fought Walmart on certain issues and this on certain issues, but they're still here and they're still growing, right? That it's the truth is you see that it's hard to get rid of those convenient things in life because it just makes life easier. So online retail is not going away. So there's certain things that small local businesses is just going to be hard to compete with. Now that's where I get to is, okay, well, you're going to have a lot of service industry and our small businesses and that kind of growth are going to grow quite a bit. But the retail sector is difficult, and that goes back to that idea I had on a question 1 or 2 or 3. I can't remember which question it was. But if we're going to get the convenience of the online retailers, then we need to create an online retail marketplace for our small businesses that is just as convenient for a shopper shopping all of our downtown, our local merchants, as it is to shop everything on the Amazon marketplace or on Walmart or on Target.com, to where it's just as convenient and easier to buy on those, and it's affordable. I mean, it's got to economically match. I know we say buy local, but if it's a whole lot cheaper to buy online, it's really hard to swallow that pill that I'm going to pay a whole bunch more locally, right? So that how do we solve the parity between the cost differential and that type of thing? So we have to be convenient and they have to be cost competitive. So we've got to figure out a way to kind of build that downtown. And that's that online local Etsy thing. There might be some software out there that does that, but and is that the city's problem to solve and find all that technology? I don't know. That's a hard question because we put up signs on the interstate that kind of direct people off the interstate down to local businesses on that exit. We don't have a ton of that in Kingsport, but I guess at the Colonial Heights exit we do. But it's really about how do we get that infrastructure to drive people down to our businesses. I think it's worth a shot on trying to figure out how to make that competitive for small businesses to compete in the retail sector. The retail sector is going to be very different unless it's boutique retail, stuff that you can really, people want to buy it. When I go to a city, I want to buy a mug from that city. I want to buy a t-shirt from that city, so I think, having a lot of that type of stuff and people realizing that, they're expressing where they've been through that could be valuable. And that really becomes building the brand. I could see, I visited the greenest city in the world with the recycling plants. That could probably sell if we do become the greenest city in the world. So I think we have to really consider those retail incentives. That's going to be very difficult right now to compete with online retail. We can't be dragging stuff between location and location between the 3 cities. That I don't think that's productive. So again, this is my answer to question number 5. We're halfway through. Thanks for bearing with me. I am the candidate that's really kind of focused on the future. I think the future deserves at least one of the 3 votes. So you know, I'd appreciate your vote on May 18th. Wes Combs, thank you.